Hey Pisces, how you doing this morning? My name is Cheryl Lynn, and I'm here to do your weekly tarot reading. This one is going to actually only be for Tuesday, September 23rd through Thursday, September 25th. I'm a little late getting them out, and I'm sorry for that. Things happen sometimes, but at any rate, we're here now, okay? All right, so this one here is going to be for my Pisces. Pisceans, yeah? Oh, all the cards. Now we got them. Okay, here we go. Let's see, Pisces. What are we starting with? You're starting with the Eight of Swords. Okay. Excuse me. Followed by Temperance. And in the challenge position, we've got the King of Pentacles. So, this is your backstory going into this reading. Okay, so whatever we're talking about right here is something we can't change. It's already happened. But the rest of the reading unfolds from this point. So, in the recent past, it looks like we have you with the Eight of Swords. So, you were all up in your head. Next card over is Temperance. So I think you are being asked to exhibit a huge amount of patience towards something. And it had you all up in your head. The challenge here is the King of Pentacles. So I get the feeling that possibly you were being asked to be patient while somebody maybe made up their mind or could get to a point that you needed them to be at. And I think it had you very much so up in your head. Okay. Possibly it just caused a sense of chaos, you know, because of the constant uncertainty or something. Anyways, that's what we're working from. Okay, so let's see where we are currently then. Where did we go from here? Okay, so now we have you with, we got you with the Six of Cups, and then the Knight of Swords, and in the challenge position, we have the Knight of Wands. So currently, I would say that you are dealing with a sense of nostalgia. You're dealing with a sense of looking behind you for some reason. It could be that something in your current is triggering a memory from your past, right? The next one over I have is the Knight of Swords. So whatever is happening right now, you are definitely on the hunt for clarity. You want absolutes. You want answers right now. You want to know, where things are headed, where things have been, who's involved, you just want facts right this minute. So I get the feeling that something happening in your current is definitely triggering a memory from your past, possibly one that doesn't have a great ending. And so that's what you're trying to avoid now, right? The challenge right now is this Knight of Wands. So from the beginning, we said that you are being asked to exhibit a huge amount of patience. And right now, I think your patience is about run out on the situation. You are ready for action right now, is what it looks like with the Knight of Wands. Okay, so what do we got here in the near future? Let's see, where are we going? Okay, now I've got the Three of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and the Empress. Okay, here in the near future, you are definitely looking forward. You are definitely trying to push your life onto the next level or push it, you're trying to evolve here in the near future. It does look like whatever the clarity was that you were so desperately seeking currently, you do obviously find it, because here in the near future, I have you with the Ace of Swords. So it would tend to tell me that you have found the truth you were looking for. The challenge here is the Empress. So the challenge is going to be for you to decide to not nurture something or decide what you're going to nurture. I feel like this truth throws a monkey wrench into something. You're looking for clarity right now. I feel like maybe the truth that you find is not necessarily the one that you wanted to find or something, because it's pushing you in a direction where you're not clear on if you want to nurture something any further, is how I see it. What do we got on the bottom of the deck? I have the Four of Wands, the Page of Cups, and then the Eight of Pentacles. So it's something you feel totally invested in. You know what I'm saying? It's a higher level soulmate to you, it looks like. With the Page of Cups in the middle, though, the person you're dealing with is somebody who is acting rather immature and not very grounded. They're living somewhat in a fantasy land, it looks like, over here. So how do you stay totally invested into something that somebody else is not being realistic about, right? Is kind of the dilemma I see. And whatever this truth is that comes through, obviously, is disheartening, or I don't know. Makes things seem more difficult. I have the Hermit, the Six of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. You are definitely pulling your energy out or back from a higher level of commitment, something you felt you were building to a higher level of commitment towards, and it's because of feeling as though you're being breadcrumbed. You're not being given whatever it is that you're trying to get here. Meaning, I think for some of you, you're trying to go to the next level, or you're trying to find a level of growth in this relationship, and it doesn't seem to be there. And it's because the other person is holding back. But right here with the Empress, I'm not sure that you're going to decide to continue to try to nurture this if they're not going to invest, right? That seems to be the dilemma you are working with here. Whether or not to continue to try to nurture something where the other person doesn't seem as much on board as you are. Okay. I get 3 more. I've got the Magician, the Death card, and the Queen of Pentacles. I mean, the Queen of Pentacles is a divine counterpart to the King of Pentacles. Of that, there is no doubt, okay? But with the Death card and the Magician, you're manifesting that there be growth here. You're manifesting a transformation. You want this thing to go forward, right? And right now, it feels very stuck. It's very stagnant. It's like you two have found each other in your divine counterparts, but for some reason, the other person involved is just not making the necessary steps to push this forward, okay? They're just kind of happy where they're at, right? That's the problem I see here. All right, I'm going to get 3 more and we'll do the days of the week. I got the 5 of Wands, the Emperor, the 10 of Swords. I mean, you're very conflicted. You do feel like this is your Emperor. So how do you deal with that if the person won't push forward, right? You're viewing it as a betrayal in the end because they won't fall into line and do what they're supposed to do, basically. Or they're not as of yet. And it's leaving you in a corner where you have to decide, do you continue to invest here or do you move elsewhere, you know? If you're not going to get what you want out of this, what are you supposed to do? It's also the Emperor to the Empress, you know? Intuitively, I feel as though you are not going to end this. I think that you two are going to argue this out until they finally get on board is how I feel about it. But I could be wrong. That's just intuitively what I feel like. Just because you do have the King and Queen of Pentacles and then the Emperor and the Empress, I don't feel like this is something that's disbanding anytime soon. If it did, I think it would be very temporary. Maybe to scare them into doing what you wanted. I don't know. That's what I got on this, though. I do see where your frustration is. I get it, but... All right, let's see what we get. For Tuesday, I have the Sun and the 3 of Pentacles. As a side note, I've got a couple of 3s out here, and the way that they're falling, like this one, it's possible that there is a third-party interference. I wouldn't say there's a third-party situation, but it's possible there's an interference. Somebody else who's coming in and trying to pull their energy away from you in some way. Wednesday, I've got the Queen of Wands and the Strength card. This is you pushing for what you want and knowing you have the strength to get it. And Thursday, I have the 6 of Swords and the 8 of Wands. Thursday, I feel like there is a possibility that Thursday you're threatening to walk away from this. But I think you're doing it with the intention of seeing if you can't get them to fall into place where you want them. I have the 8 of Wands on Thursday, too. That's all about you guys having a breakdown in communication. What do I have on the bottom? Page of Swords. That's about you trying to get clarity, but you're using an indirect method. You know, you're trying to do things like go through their phone or get readings, or you're doing other things besides just asking the person to figure out what's going on, what's really going on here, huh? It feels like a frustrating week in a lot of ways, but I think that you will end up getting what you want out of it, so I don't know that that's all that bad of a thing, right? Things can't be perfect all the time, but you're definitely working towards what you want. This person's just dragging their feet, but I think you will reign victorious. How's that? Okay, Pisces, that's what I have for now. So there you go. No matter what the cards say, go out and make it the best week you possibly can. We made it this far. I appreciate you greatly. If you don't mind, could you please possibly tap the like, share, follow, comment, something, anything. It all helps me with the algorithm, which is a good thing. And that's about it. If you're looking for a private reading, send me a message. I'll get you the details. We'll work it out. I'll never reach out to you first if somebody does. That's not me. That's a fake, a phony, and a fraud, not me. I don't have a backup account. This is it. You have to contact me. I'll get you the details. We'll make it happen, okay? But that's the only way it works out. Thank you so much, you guys. Take care.